Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Franz von Bradsky, and I have the great privilege of introducing to you Team Intrepid. First up is Marlena Garcia, who is the Executive Director of Parents Can. She's also had baby number one, baby Emma, brought into, so we had another team member added to us. Next to her is Alyssa Gibbs, who is Director of Institutional Services at Institutional Advancement, at Napa Valley College, and she also arranged the venue for us. Oops, we lost the picture. Unfortunately, Karen Hunt, president of, Karen is the lady in the middle in the white. Karen is president of Dau Winery. She is absent celebrating her birthday in the heart of Italy. She sends her regards. Next is Deborah McDonald. Deborah is founder and president of Core Corporate Consulting. She's also the one that woke up in the middle of the night with the inspiration for the Napa Valley Board Pick name. And last but not least, we have Alyssa Wickstrom, who is in-house counsel for Atlas Vineyard Management. And our graphic designer extraordinaire. She did our program, she did our posters, flyers, and everything else. Simply said, our vision was build capacity for Napa Valley nonprofit organizations. The mission was to engage a broad swath of the community's participation, also to mobilize the 700 plus leadership Napa Valley alumni. When we graduate, there will be approximately 700. Our aspiration was to be an integral part of the Napa Valley future. Shortly, Hands Across the Valley will be celebrating its 21st annual anniversary in September, and that was a project that came out of class number 6 from Leadership Napa Valley. Our original concept was to provide pro bono consulting services similar to what Harvard Business School Community Partners does very successfully in San Francisco. However, and all of you past LNV graduates know, when you start doing research, you find things out that you didn't know. And we learned that it was going to be very impractical to manage that project. That led to Napa Valley Board Pick being born. PIC, for those of you who are not familiar with it, is passion, interest, commitment, knowledge. And on April 30th, we held the event, and my teammates will tell you more about that shortly. We had a modest goal, 20 nonprofits from the Napa Valley, and 80 committed board candidates. The project had a vision based upon the San Francisco Volunteer Center, which this past February had its 10th annual board match, which brings together 150 nonprofits with 1,000 board candidates. And let me tell you, the only thing they serve is water. And where's the picture of Karen? Because we had wine, and there's Karen pouring some wine. So we had wine, we had food, and Marlena, take it away.
So we had several committees. Our first phase was obviously to find 20 nonprofits. You know, out of, I don't know, how many nonprofits are there, Suzanne, in Napa County? So we actually had about a 2-week turnaround for NPOs, nonprofit organizations. They were asked to submit a one-page letter of interest, and there was quite a bit of questions on there. We did outreach through the Nonprofit Coalition, the Give Guide, NPOs that were selected, Auction Napa Valley, the Arts Council, and Facebook, and we gave nonprofits 2 weeks. Really quickly, we had 35 letters of interest submitted for the board pick event. So we were very thrilled that we had more than 20, but then with that came the challenge. How do we select the 20? So we came up with the guidelines that were similar to the Give Guide selection process. We wanted to make sure we had organizations that represented a range of service areas and size, budget, so that candidates had a wide range to choose from. Then from there, we contacted all the nonprofits and probably another 5 that kept, actually more than 5 that actually kept asking, can we still be in it? Can we still be in it? I think we're still getting emails, can we still be in it? And we say, the event is passed, so maybe next year. So we also made sure that all 20 were committed for that date and had 2 people in their leadership to be available that day to talk to the candidates. So these are our terrific 20 nonprofits that were selected. So I'm going to hand it over to Allie to talk about our candidate outreach.
Thank you, Marlena. All right, so we had a lot of D's in our group. And so we figured out pretty early on that the only way we were going to get anything done is if we split up into committees. And everybody got to be in charge of one committee, and then you had to follow orders with your mouth closed, paddling in rhythm for every other task that you were not in charge of. So that's how we herded all of these lions into the same direction, and it was an incredible amount of energy, and it was super fun. So I was on the communication committee with Marlena, and so we naturally, not being the D's of the group, were like, hey, do you want to do one? Yeah, I'll take the other one. That's cool, no problem. And it just sort of naturally developed that she was in charge of contacting all the nonprofits, and I was in charge of getting the word out, because I have a big mouth, and I can get the word out. So what we did is we used all different forms of media. We asked every single well-connected person we know, anybody with a listserv, an email address, but they had to absolutely be the kind of people that you knew would show up, that would have the 4 values that we were looking for in board candidates. So passion, interest, commitment, and knowledge. And everybody has something unique and interesting to bring, and that's a big part of what PIC is about, is creating board diversity. People who never thought of themselves as board candidates could finally see, oh wait, I have passion for animals or for education, and I have an interest in this, and I'm really committed. I'll show up once a month. I have all this knowledge. Please pick me, pick me. And people just had an opportunity to recognize that. But we put our first emphasis, first and foremost, on getting LNV alumni, because the board has already pre-screened these people for being passionate and brilliant and fabulous. And so that was our hope. And we are so very appreciative of the board for agreeing to let us use their list. So thank you so much for that. I think I'm good. Oh, we used the interwebs. This was amazing. So we signed up an Eventbrite account. It's super simple. If anybody's ever thrown a brunch, you know how it works. The tickets are free of charge. We were hoping for 100 attendees. We got about 70 registrations, and we didn't quite hit that number on the night of the event. We had a lot of, I couldn't get childcare. I totally forgot. Lo siento. I'm sick. Boo-hoo. Warriors show up. So it was a really simple process to use. I would say that if we had like a teachable moment from using Eventbrite, it would be that it goes into everybody's spam filter. So we really, again, appreciate the LNV list using their email address to push reminders, because we had a huge uptick after we had that opportunity to touch people in a not creepy way. More technology, the word cloud. I spent 10 minutes explaining to my group what a word cloud was, and they still think I made it up. I swear it's a thing. And so this is a grouping, a word cloud that's created from all of the names of the 20 nonprofits we selected. So the bigger the word is, the more frequently it is used in that group of names. So you can see that services is huge, county is huge, valley, Napa, all huge. So I think it's a really interesting way to see all of the names, because to me a list is like kind of boring. And again with the word cloud. Deborah McDonald, everyone.
So, after all these efforts of reaching out to nonprofit organizations serving Napa County, publicizing the value and importance of board service, contacting nearly 700 Leadership Napa Valley alumni, and actively recruiting engaged community members as candidates for potential board service, the day of the event arrived, and we were proud to say that on April 30th, in the Paul Ash lobby of the Performing Arts Center of Napa Valley College, the first annual Napa Valley Nonprofit Board Pick took place, bringing together the senior staff and board leaders of 19 outstanding organizations. The Wolf Center was unable to participate in the last minute as they are merging, with more than 70 eager, enthusiastic, and excited prospective board candidates. We are proud to say that for 2 hours, our team played matchmaker, relationship builder, and hosts with the most. While not exactly the dating game, here's a bit of what our matchmaking looked like that day.
From the Paul Ash lobby of the Napa Valley College Performing Arts Center in the Napa Valley Nonprofit Board Pick. Yeah, you can applause. Come on, let's hear it, let's hear it. Woo! Thank you very much. Thank you. On behalf of Team Intrepid, welcome to the Napa Valley Nonprofit Board Pick, where every match makes our community stronger. Board service is for everyone, so let's get down to business and meet one of today's nonprofits currently seeking to expand its board to strengthen its ability to provide vital services to our beautiful Napa Valley community. Straight from Jefferson Street in the fantastic city of Napa and serving families of children with special needs, meet Parents Can! Great to have you here with us today, Parents Can. Tell us a little bit about your organization. What do you do and why do you do it? And what you're looking for in a relationship with a new board member.
Well, thank you, Lissa. Parents Can is the only nonprofit in Napa County that works with families who have children with special needs. And as the only nonprofit working with this sector, we need people with lots of passion for children, for strengthening families. We're looking for people who have time, talent, and treasure to be on our boards. This board pick is actually the best way to meet these members, because where am I going to date 80 people in one night?
Yeah, that's definitely a challenge. And it sounds like you're an organization that knows what it wants, though. Are you a 501c3 in good standing with the IRS? And do you have directors and officers insurance? Just need to ask that quickly, really quickly here before we introduce you to the first prospective board candidate. Always need to practice safe board matchmaking.
Of course, we wouldn't do it any other way.
Well, that's so great to hear. And you're so great to be here today. You know, this event wouldn't be possible without you or you. I can tell you're a little excited. So let me introduce you to our first board candidate, a young attorney based in Yountville with a deep history of community volunteerism and youth organizations and a lust for life. Here's Allie Wickstrom.
I got this.
All righty. Well, hi, Allie. Allie?
Hi.
Now, Allie, do you know what PIC stands for?
I know this. Passion, interest, commitment, and knowledge. Yes.
Right. Do you have all those attributes? Passion?
Oh, I definitely have passion.
Interest?
I'm super interesting.
Commitment? That's an... No. Interest?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm interested in lots of stuff.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Commitment? That's an important one. We don't want you connecting with Parents Can here and then skipping out on important board discussions or not fulfilling your board pledge.
Well, I've never been committed, but I'm interested.
Well, how about knowledge? You've got that, right? I see you have a smartphone.
Well, I have Siri, and my husband says I'm a know-it-all, so yeah.
So that's good to hear. So let me get out of your way and introduce you to Parents Can.
Hi, Allie.
Hi, Can.
So, Allie, what are you interested in board service?
Well, I'd really like an opportunity to give back to the community. And I really have a lot of work to do, and so I don't think I can come up with an idea on my own, but if somebody would just give me some direction, I could probably help them.
So Parents Can has a well-outlined strategic plan that needs talented people just like you. We have a strategic direction that we're going towards, so you can just jump in, and again, just if you give us your time, I'm sure can make it work.
That sounds pretty great. I like cans and parents, so it sounds good so far.
Sounds good, sounds good. So are you interested in a first date?
Well, I have a question. Am I
Okay.
supposed to raise a lot of money?
Well, there's different ways of raising money. Your time is obviously of value, so that's a way of giving to the organization. Especially since you're a lawyer, I'm sure
Young
there's
lawyer.
expertise that you can lend our organization that would be of value.
Okay, well, that sounds pretty good. That was my major concern, is that I'm a young lawyer with lots of student loan debt. So I kind of thought that I couldn't be on the board until I was super old.
Oh no, we like them young.
Well, I can see you two are getting along so well here. But let me ask you, quite frankly, Allie, is it a match?
Honestly, I was kind of hoping for something with dogs and puppies because of that Sarah McLachlan song. It was super sad.
Well, if you move a little bit farther down the lobby here, you might find that. But Parents Can, what do you think? Is it a match? Did Allie have what you were looking for and need to strengthen your capacity to fulfill Parents Can's mission?
Well, it might sound like maybe she should move on if she likes dogs. We do therapy dogs, but
Oh my God, I love therapy.
no, I think maybe you should move on.
Well, board service is for everyone. And we hope you join us again in 2015 for the next Napa Valley Nonprofit Board Picks. Thank you to our sponsors for making this happen, and for you, Leadership Napa Valley graduates, for giving back to the community as board members. If you're not already on a board and maybe want to be on another, please take a look at these images from this year's board pick, review these handouts, and join us again next year for the Napa Valley Nonprofit Board Pick.
Yay.
See if the music's nice, but. So take a look. Think about joining a board. We're going to talk a little bit about some of our successes here, Deborah.
So just to bring it full circle, yes, I'm our new member of the family there, Emma. Just to wrap up and bring some information. Okay.
I heard a snort.
Some of our successes. Well, we created the first ever Napa Valley nonprofit board match and attracted over 80 candidates and 20 nonprofits, and twice as many almost applied. So we know that there's a tremendous interest in what we've achieved, and we believe that the next time we can make it even better. We had a lot of positive response anecdotally from the community, what a wonderful event it was, and what a wonderful venue it was. We also met our financial goals in this event. Remember, this was free to the public, to the candidates, and to the nonprofits who participated. And so in order to do that, we had to raise some money, and we got some fabulous sponsors. Many, but just a few to mention: the Gasser Foundation, Mechanics Bank, the Napa Noon Rotary, and of course Napa Valley College. So we really exceeded and met our financial goals, and we also engaged volunteers. We had about 20 volunteers from the community and tapped into the Volunteer Center of Napa Valley, who helped us out a great deal. Great. Where's mine? So, but those anecdotal pieces of information aren't enough. We are going to look at some real hard data. We're going to send out some surveys to the nonprofits and to the board candidates and see how they felt about the event. who attended, why they attended, how many Leadership Napa Valley folks attended, alumni rather, because that's one of our target audiences, and how we can make it better next year. And we're going to take that data, analyze it, put it into an event for a future second annual nonprofit board match, and include some education on what board service is really about to those potential candidates. So with that, again, we thank all the sponsors, donors, volunteers, community members. There's a long list in your program. There were tons of people who helped us with this.
And we're looking for the list now.
My slides were in there somewhere, but so thank you.
That's the escape hatch button.
Thank you. That's it? Yeah.
That's it.
So we have to do pictures? Let me get my, with the class baby.
Do I have to give up the microphone now?
No,
For those who you haven't met, this is class 27 baby, so. Emma.
We shouldn't have the screen on our face.
We got a spot saved for her.
Thank you, Jill.